Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we're going to be doing a graphics comparison of the Definitive Edition remastered graphics, what we're going to be being able to play in 4K and 60 FPS compared to the original graphics of Vice City, San Andreas, and GTA 3 that came out 20 years and almost 20 years ago. So Rockstar in the trailer, you notice that some parts would have that little like panning effect where they would go from the new graphics to the old graphics. Well, there's a user on Twitter and a member of the Rockstar and Take-Two community, Ben, or Videotech, who actually put together the other parts of the trailer, the ones that just showed off the new footage, and was able to do like almost a like-for-like comparison. It's really cool. I'll leave a link to his page in the description. So let's actually start with the ones he did with GTA 3, then we'll go to Vice City, and then we'll go to ones for San Andreas. So let's go ahead and look at these right now. Here's the first one. You can see the remastered on the top. This is Claude sort of walking down the street, and you guys can see that his character model looks upgraded and new, but also focus on things that are not him. Look at the trees, look at the wall detail, look at the street detail, look at the car in the background and the lights, and the light that's shining on his face from some other street light or car. And then obviously compare that to the original one. You can see how dark it is. You can see that the road doesn't look great. The cars don't have that good of textures. There's better draw distance. The buildings have more details. The trees look 2D. The wall looks 2D as well. So a huge improvement right there from Rockstar. As we can see in this next shot right here, this is Claude in the Banshee, and he's taking this little stunt jump right here. I mean, again, obviously the thing that's in the foreground is the car and how much better that looks, and that is apparent. That is a huge upgrade. But also, take a look at the background. The rain and the lights from not only the police sirens, but the street lights and the buildings. It looks so much better. And you can even see there the brake lights reflecting on the wall. We don't see that at all in the original version down below. So you can just tell that Rockstar not only did a great job with the big things from this game that we're going to notice, the characters, the cars, the guns, but also the unsung subtle things like streetlights, rain, road texture that really makes the world feel more alive. So that's the second one right there. Moving on to the third one right here. Again, you can see now the remastered is on the bottom. The car texture, the bridge texture, just how much detail we can see in those buildings in the background. Now, looking at the original one, the steering wheel literally looks like a triangle, so that's a problem. You can also see there's almost no details on the bridge or on the buildings. They just look like big blocks stuck up there. And the road detail, again, much more improved. You can see that there's like texture to it, and then it's not just this flat surface. So once again, well done right there from Rockstar. And then moving on to number 4 right here, we have the train. This one to me was huge. I mean, just take a look at the building detail in the background. I know that doesn't seem all that significant, but just the fact that the buildings look 3D and that they look like they have windows, that makes the world feel more alive. And the fact that you can see further also makes the world feel more alive. Same with the trees. Again, in the original, they really do look like 2D. Now they look like 3D. And obviously the detail on things like the train and the roads. And hopefully this means we're going to have more pedestrian traffic, more cars, more people walking around. That would be a nice improvement as well. And then again, sort of this final one right here for GTA 3, similar scene of the train sort of going by. For this one, the big one that stuck out to me was the water. The water looks so much better in the remaster versus the original. So that right there is Grand Theft Auto 3. Now let's go ahead and take a look at GTA Vice City. And this one to me, maybe it's because Vice City is my favorite of the 3 Trilogy games. This one felt like it had huge upgrades. So let's go ahead and go through them right now. This first one, again, you can see our Dodo seaplane flying, remastered on the top. There's so much to focus on here, but the one I get lost in is the sky. You can see in the original, it's literally just blue. The sky looks like an actual sky. And the water here, the water looks like actual water. Doesn't just look like this sort of like sheet of frozen something down there. And you can see the trees on the golf course here look incredible. The buildings in the background, much more detail and more lights. And it just feels like a real city. So that's pretty awesome. That first screenshot right here. Our next one, we got Tommy Vercetti on the motorcycle. The one I want to focus on right here, I think they were trying to show a close-up of the road. Like, just look at the curb. look at the road and how like you can clearly tell there's a difference and that there's more of like a bump up there. And also the light, how it shines through the palm trees. And obviously looking at Tommy Vercetti's character and the motorcycle, way better detail here than the one in the original. So that's fantastic. Moving on to our next one right here, we've got Umbrato, and this is a much better. I mean, just look at this guy. His like belly is a triangle in the original. He actually has hands now. You can see the design on Tommy Vercetti's shirt is much more clean and crisp. The lighting inside of this little restaurant has much more detail. The bar stools don't look like they're just these like sharp edges. So much to love about this. The faces look way better. I mean, everything about this looks way better. So that's a really good comparison right there. This next one I love because you can see how much crisper and clearer stuff like lights and text are. So this is Tommy Vercetti leaving the Ocean View Hotel. Look at the lights in the remastered ones. Like, you can clearly see the neon, but Ocean View still clear. You look at Ocean View in the original one, and it's like, man, I'm glad it's that big of font, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to read what that was. And just like the front of the building as well, it looks way 2D down there. And the remastered, obviously, more 3D. So this is so awesome. I mean, Rockstar really did a great job with this. And then our final Vice City one right here. This one is so impressive because I think the density of characters and cars and NPCs is going to be significant. And like I said, the building details, the neon lights, they all look so much more impressive. So this is exceptionally cool. I really think with the world of Vice City, because so much of it revolves around the palm trees, the neon lights, the water, they did a great job with it. And this just looks absolutely incredible, in my opinion. And now let's move over to GTA San Andreas right here. This first comparison is the Las Venturas Strip. And just like the one in Vice City, I think the neon lights are very telling because it really does show how crisp and clean and sharp things are. They were much blurrier back in the day. Like the lady with the high heels, she's clearly got like the neon lights surrounding her. That looks clean and crisp. Same with the casino sign, clean and crisp as well. You can also see there's more pedestrian traffic too. So that's going to be really awesome to see these worlds feel more GTA 5-esque and more Red Dead Redemption 2-esque, since there's going to be more NPCs, more traffic, more cars, more things going on. It's going to make the world feel more lively. And then this one right here, we got CJ on Grove Street. There's so much to take in with this one, as you guys can see. The vehicle itself, much more detail. The lights, the road texture. You can see that it's just finished raining here. You can't really tell what's going on in the original. Same with the sky. The sky just looks like this blue fog. We can tell it's kind of cloudy, but the sun is trying to peek through because it's shining on the road. Even the building in the background, the texture, we can see inside of the house. And interiors are something we're going to talk about in a future video because I think there's going to be big improvements there. But all the way around, it feels like Grove Street Games and Rockstar Games hit an absolute home run and a slam dunk with this, just looking at the graphics right here. So once again, big thanks to Ben or Videotech who actually put together those comparisons. This is so cool. And it really does feel like Rockstar has done an absolutely incredible job with this whole thing. And remember that everything we've seen so far is just been cutscenes and these sort of cinematic shots. We haven't even seen real gameplay yet. That's going to be exciting too, to see what the HUD is going to look like, to see what the game is going to look like for us actually playing it and not necessarily just in cutscenes. This is all going to be really cool. So I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. What do you think of this graphics comparison of the GTA Trilogy, the Definitive Edition, and the original versions of the game that came out 20-something odd years ago? I'd love to hear from you guys in those comments down below. If you guys did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Trilogy Definitive Edition videos that I'll be doing here on my channel once those games actually come out. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.